Shoes in the Philippines. Here they call them slippers. Some places in the north call them flippers. In Alabama they call them flip-flops. But it's no different than going to Florida or somewhere like that. You need something comfortable on your feet like that. The only problem with the type like this, they're comfortable. I mean, they're spongy. But the problem is when they get wet, you just slide right out of them. Now, I have two pair that are not spongy. They're more in line with Dr. Schultz style inserts, only they're flip-flops. They're sewed up real good, the straps and everything. And it doesn't matter, it rained, no problem walking in them. The one pair I've had for 6-7 years. I need to find me another pair like them. I have a newer pair that's only about 1.5 years old, but I don't know where. I bought them at Walmart, so they probably came from China. I don't know. But I know they make your feet stink so bad. So I don't wear them. But my good pair that's about wore out, they're about 6 years old, I'm hoping I can find them before I come home. Or if I come home, I hope I can order some or find some somewhere like that when I bring them, when I come back, because it's what you really need here. Now, I have deck shoes. You know, it's boating shoes, you know, non-slip soles. I wear them. I probably got 4 pairs of those. But they're, you know, if you're out on the ocean, they're good. But just to walk around here with, your feet just get too hot. You start sweating. And then your skin starts flaking. So that's why I don't wear them all the time. I like the sandals. So if you come here, make sure you get you a good pair of flip-flops, and not the Dollar General brand. I mean a pair of good flip-flops. Invest $10, $15 in a good pair. You know, just drink a few beers less and get you a good pair of flip-flops for $15. Because if you're going to go Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Acapulco, Hawaii, Guam, the Philippines, Thailand, South Vietnam, Taiwan, anywhere close to the equator, even Florida, the Keys, you need a good pair of flip-flops. And you don't, at our age, you don't need a pair that first time it rains, you end up breaking your ankle or falling and busting your head wide open. That's my rant for today. So let's move on to something more pleasant. I'm 67 years old, 68, I don't know. Born in 1956, so whatever that would make me. All these years and I've still not went to a class reunion. I think I just might break down and go this year. It's about a 700-mile drive for me to go to a class reunion. My graduating class in the Navy, I don't know if they have reunions or not. Maybe. I should check that out. That was a good bunch of guys I graduated with when I was in the service. It was strange. Went to A school, and it was basic electronics and electricity. I forget what the scheduled allotted amount of time was. You had so long to complete it. It was self-paced. You went to a class every day. You had modules and a cubicle, and it's where you did your lessons. If you had any questions, there was an instructor there that you went and met with him and went over your problem, then went back to your cubicle and completed your work. But it was self-paced. And being out of high school, I took advantage of it, was going out on the town every weekend, going to the NCO clubs on the weekend, during the week sometimes, chasing women. That lasted about 3 weeks. They called me into the office there and asked me what my problem was. I told them I didn't have a problem. Asked me if I was having a good time. I told them, man, I was having the time of my life. Beautiful women, beautiful weather, seeing places I'd never seen before, Daytona Beach, Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach, Disney World or Disneyland, whichever one it is. My God, the clubs, Nichols Alley, that was somewhere else. The Booby Trap, which was a strip joint. Man, I could just name the places in Florida I was hitting left and right. Well, I didn't hit them after that, because after I got in that office, they sat me down and they told me, you know, carrying a C average. I said, yeah. That's passing, ain't it? They said, no, sir. You have to maintain at least a B. I said, really? They said, yep. Well, what happens if I don't maintain a B? They said, well, we just happen to have an answer for you for that. And they had a E5 there. And I'd seen him in there before. I'd seen him in one of the cubicles. I didn't realize he was going to class there. And he looked at me, he said, "You see them stripes right there?" I said, "Yeah," and I see the insignia. He said, "Years ago I came here, school like you, and I had one hell of a time, and about 8 weeks in, they kicked me out because I wasn't maintaining my grades. I was sleeping in the cubicle during the day, and at night I was going out." He said, "That was 3 years ago. It's taken me 3 years to get back here." He said, "If you don't shape up, you're going to end up just like I was, spending 3 years on a deck somewhere of a aircraft carrier or a frigate, and you'll be working on the deck as a boatswain. You'll be tying up the ships at dock. You'll be painting. You're basically a janitor in the Navy." And I said, "I don't like the idea of that." But you know, I went back and got serious after that. And I breezed through that A school like it wasn't nothing. I got serious. I quit partying. I quit chasing girls. I quit drinking. Well, I still drank every now and then on a Saturday special occasion. And I think there was 120 of us in A school. When we graduated, there was like half, 60 of us. Well, out of the 60, 30 of us maintained our grades high enough to go on to B school. And I believe my class was 30-some. I don't remember. But out of the 30, when we finished that school for advanced underwater weapons, I think there was 14 or 15 of us left that went on to our C school. And our C school was for specialized weapons. And part of that course is once you got to your graduation, you spent a couple weeks teaching. At that time, we were teaching Indian Asians. Well, I graduated from there, and I got lucky. I got a duty station in North Island, California. But you know, if they hadn't sat me down and talked to me, I'd have been on a boat somewhere floating in the middle of the Pacific, just wishing to see land. But I got lucky and graduated and made it through all 3 schools and got I got a dream job. I worked in a lab in the weapons department running tests on weapons. And it was just a gravy job. And it pretty well set me for the rest of my life. It was one of the smartest moves I ever made in my life, was joining the service, which it had the effect on me of taking things serious, taking life serious, being responsible, but still enjoying myself. So when I got out of the service, you know, I went to college there in Ohio, went to work for General Motors, left General Motors. Well, I didn't leave General Motors. I stayed with General Motors, but I transferred to Alabama Worked there in a non-union shop for 5 years until it went union. I was a union organizer and a founding father. And after a few years after union went in, I became a union official also. Spent quite a few years doing that. Then things with the company went south. Ended up back in Ohio in Mansfield. Took a retirement from there and went back to Alabama and started driving semi. I did that for, 18 years. Quite a while. Now I'm in the Philippines. But enough of that. That's all about me. I'd like to hear from some of you. If you have questions, I don't mind answering them. But I honestly believe a person needs to be serious about their life and enjoy it and spend less time worrying about others. I mean, it's okay to worry about your kids and your parents and your family. And it's all right, to have good neighbors and stuff, but people are too wrapped up into this hatefulness now. And I don't get it. Life's too short. I don't think you should take shit from anyone. But I also don't think you should be giving shit to anyone. Well, that's all I've got for today. I'm almost dry. I'm sitting here in the sun, waiting for everything to dry, my feet, my shoes. And then I'm going to head back home and check on my wife. Like I said, she don't feel good today. Well, that's all I got. Until next time. Peace. Have a great day.